Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're going to take some time tonight to have a look at Bmnr stock. Now of course the past week here has been really impressive. Come over here to the past 5 days and you will see a trend up by 13.9%. A very good week to say the least with this stock. Now when you look at this one over the past month, you've seen a trend where we're really starting to break out, begging the question as to what comes next week and also seeing what we can learn from the past week. Over the course of this video, I'll be sharing with you all of my personal thoughts and opinions, what I think about last week, and what I'm looking for going forwards into the next week too. If it sounds good, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. I do produce update videos every single day on this stock and many others, so if you do appreciate it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. At the same time, please remember I am not a financial advisor and these videos are not financial advice, so you should be doing your own research. Now that I've said all of that stuff, we might as well jump straight in. Now again, as I say, this stock is very much moving into critical levels. This all comes at the same time as a lot of good news. This is an article that we saw last week coming out on Bmnr, where we can see that BitMine has surged as the firm has raised its ETH treasury to $9 billion. Now this was published on the Monday of the past week, which is obviously relatively recent. We can see the recent rise that we've seen, and this can be linked to ETH, right? In a statement, BitMine Technologies Inc. said that its treasury now holds more than 2.06 million ETH tokens, with an average price of 4,312 apiece, alongside 192 bitcoins. It remains Ethereum's largest holder date and second largest crypto treasury company next to strategy. So that kind of itself is interesting to hear, right? And again, this is obviously a relatively good sign. At the same time, we can see BitMine Immersion is also expanding into world coins following 20 million investment in 8Co Holdings Inc. We also see that they've recently made a foray into the said tokens. So WorldCoin is an ERC20 token. It captures a zero knowledge proof of a person's humanity, right? It's a critical asset in increasing a agentic AI world. So there you go, right? Some good news coming out of Bmnr, BitMine stock, on a fundamental this week. I think there's a lot more to come as well on a technical, because when you have a look at this chart recently, over the past week specifically, we are now coming up to very, very key levels. Now, the same thing that we are seeing historically is playing out here to a degree. Yes, we've had this major run up, but we're now coming up to, and we'll be hopefully testing upon again, key levels of resistance in the upcoming week. And this obviously is clear to see when you break this down a bit more. I'll have to zoom out slightly. Come over here and you will see one thing lines up perfectly. The high that we're seeing right now, the high of, we're going to call it roughly 64.50, around there, we are struggling to break out in this point many a time in the past. In this time period here between the 11th and about the 13th of August, we are seeing the same thing play out. So a break above this channel is going to be quite significant. Now at the same time, we are holding relatively strong onto these levels of support that we've seen down here. The first one is at 60.27 or 60.30 roughly. And the one slightly below that we are seeing and has historically held up is roughly at 59.50. So both of these levels are holding up really nicely, right? These are the levels that we'd ideally see holding up into the next week, because again, if they hold up again, which I think is entirely possible, it shows that we are now starting to establish that nice floor. Now, Friday's session was only up by 2.25%. However, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's actually a very good thing for a number of reasons. I think we're now getting that really nice consolidation forming behind this stock, which in my opinion is going to help us to push up more in the near future anyway, which is only going to be a beneficial thing. If you have a look, we're seeing the RSI cooling off ever so slightly, as again, the stock price does find this nice, healthy level. Now going forwards into what I'm looking for next week, and we'll touch more on this hopefully tomorrow, but I wouldn't necessarily mind if we did see this stock drop a little bit. Again, ideally, we're going to see this one remain at or above, we're going to call it 58.50, right? If we drop below that, you could be looking for a push down potentially to 56.57, or potentially even down to the $54 range. But again, the ideal scenario would keep us above 55 and ultimately above 58. Time will tell as to whether that scenario plays out. Now, if you do see that play out, like I say, you're looking for a retest initially of 61.50, you're looking for a retest of 63.60 from there for an ultimate retest of recent highs and historical levels of resistance, again around 64.20, 64.25. If you can break past that, then you really are potentially onto highs, which could be at $69, $70, and that's where things really get interesting. Now, if I was to give a generalized trend as to what I'm seeing here with BitMine, I'm very, very impressed. I think things are looking absolutely perfect. I think the momentum is absolutely beginning to form in the right direction, and we just need to see, in my opinion, a little bit of healthy consolidation for this push up to be a bit more sustainable, and then we could be potentially looking at this one continuing on the next leg. It's just my opinion, of course. You may agree, you may disagree. I would be a little bit cautious if these levels do not hold up, but of course we'll reflect on that as the next week comes and goes on. Thank you for your time, guys. I hope you enjoyed this short video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe. It does help me out a lot. And again, I hope I will see you in a future episode too. Goodbye for now. See ya. If you guys are ready to get serious about trading for less than the price of a coffee every day, I've got to tell you about the new Patreon page that I have just launched. That's right, guys, I have a new Patreon. I'm going to be sharing everything on here, from my personal stocks that I am watching to pre-market updates, as well as a Discord group which I have started. It's going to allow you to access similar-minded, like-minded people who are also interested in sharing their knowledge about the markets. I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff over here, guys. There's going to be a lot of exclusive content coming in the next couple of weeks, but do bear in mind, for most of the tiers, spots are limited. The Market Scout, where you'll gain access to the Discord, prices will change after 150 members. At the moment, guys, I'm limited for time, so the Trader's Edge course and above, we're limiting the courses even lower, right? There's a limited amount of people who can join. At the same time, depending on the level of mentorship that you want, we have prices going all the way up from $14.50 to the highest tiers over here that you can see. Again, if you're looking to take your journey to that next level, on these middle tiers, this is personally the one that I would recommend, even though it's not the most expensive. It costs less than a coffee every single day, and the amount of information that you'll get here, in my personal opinion, is absolutely worth the value. At the very least, guys, you can become a member for free. The link is down in the description, the comment section, and the bio. Just give it a look and see what you think. And of course, feel free to sign up if you're looking to take your journey even further. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the video.